Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Columbia. How are you? I'm fine. Let's get into it, shall we? I think I just stole someone else's fucking catchphrase. Let's. What is my catchphrase? Oh, God, fuck it. Matt, it's like, it's like Matt's rubbing off on me. Like, I'm not even stoned and I can't even remember. Anyway, this is a response video to EdibleNapalm. It's mad love, so it's no biggie. It's no drama. Just I watched your angry videos and your angry thoughts videos and wanted to make a response. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so the reason it says blame me in the title is because I was one of those people who voted for Hillary in the primaries. I'm one of those people who supported Hillary from jump. And I will tell you why. I supported Hillary over Bernie Sanders for several reasons. The first reason was I agreed with Bernie Sanders' policies. They would have helped me tremendously. They would have helped a lot of people tremendously. But what I did not like about Bernie Sanders, and maybe this isn't a personal gripe with him, maybe this is more of a gripe with the electorate, is that he was proposing things that were completely unfeasible. Whatever the goddamn word is. We weren't capable of doing them. Okay. The New York Times estimated that his free college plan was going to cost the country $18 trillion. Honey, this is a country where we won't even raise taxes to fight a war anymore. And we love us some wars. We've been in a conflict every decade since the 1700s. Okay. What made anyone think that his plans were going to go through? I have no idea. Now, I understand that it's important to still advocate for those things, and I understand that it's important that we still have those types of values. Of course, I want universal health care. Of course, I want every American to be born in this country and who is not, and every person who isn't born in this country to be covered by health care. That's always what I've wanted, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense to have this bullshit cobbled together system that we do. But I didn't like the fact that Bernie's plans were unfeasible and nobody cared. He was pandering just as much to his base as anyone else. But people treated it like, oh, well, I like that shit, so it's good. You can say what you want. As long as you're saying the shit I like, then we're good. Right? But he kind of cast himself as this anti-politician's politician when he's just as politician-y as everybody else. He would have spent 4 years in office. I'm not even going to argue about that because I really don't think that we can prove that he would have won. But I will give it to all of the supporters of Bernie Sanders, because one thing that I have to concede is that Bernie Sanders provided a starker contrast between the Democrats and the Republicans, and Hillary did not. Hillary did not provide that stark contrast. So I can see why you'd be pissed. I can see it, because she was too much like a traditional Republican to really have to really show the difference between her and Donald Trump, where Bernie was a more because he was further to the left. I think it would have been easier for people to identify him as a Democrat and identify his ideas and say, I want to fuck with shit like that. I know this is kind of a jumble, but you get what I'm trying to say. So blame me, because I voted for Hillary in the primaries. I supported Hillary all the way through, and I'll tell you why, over Bernie Sanders. I wanted the candidate that the Russians hated. I wanted the candidate that had the political relationships with other countries already in place, because I was thinking more about the rest of the planet. I understand that I have to think about domestic policy, right? Don't even play me like that. But I felt like right now we are in a situation where Russia is moving missiles that are capable of holding nuclear warheads into countries that border, into places that into their little piece of Russia that borders Lithuania, and I forget the other one. Russia is reasserting itself. And I wanted the candidate that was going to try to slap them down. And I thought that was Hill Dog. And I still think that that's Hill Dog. I didn't think it was Bernie Sanders, and I still don't think that. I don't think Russia is afraid of Bernie Sanders. Bernie didn't have the relationships that Hillary had, not just political relationships, but economic relationships. She's the one giving these speeches to Goldman Sachs, which means that Goldman Sachs fucks with her. They trust her. And when we would have pushed her to maybe some more left-leaning legislation, she could go, hey, look, guys, you fuck with me, I fuck with you. We have a pre-existing relationship, which is always important in politics. We have a pre-existing relationship. Let's do this. Let's figure out a way that we can compromise and do this, right? That's why I supported Hillary, because she had the pre-existing relationships in place. She had the relationships with people in Congress. She had the relationships with people in business. She had the relationships with world leaders. That's why I fucked with her. That's why I fuck with her still. I think that she would have made a good maybe, okay, fine. Maybe she was too center right for the electorate, but okay, I was thinking more about our relationships with other countries, and maybe that's my fucking maybe and not even maybe, that's my fault. I should have been thinking more about domestic policy. I should have looked more into Bernie Sanders politics, and maybe he would have been president, but we can't prove that he would or he wouldn't have been. But certainly we can say that Bernie Sanders did not have the same relationships that Hillary Clinton did, and that's important to me. That was always important to me. So blame me, be mad at me. It's my fault. It's my fault we lost. And I'm not saying that ironically, I'm not saying that sarcastically, I'm not saying that with any trace of anything but being earnest. It's my fault. It's my fault because I didn't phone bank enough. It's my fault because I didn't fucking precinct walk enough. It's my fault because, and I don't live in a swing state, I live in California. But it's my fault for not working hard enough for Hillary Clinton. I agree that we became complacent. I was complacent. I know I was complacent because when I saw those odds, I said, oh, pfft. But there was a part of me that said 17% because it was those Nate Silver 88% chance she's going to win. There was a part of me that said that 17% was still a possibility. And apparently that part of me was right as shit. And I fucked up because I should have worked harder. And I admit that wholeheartedly. So you want to be mad at someone, be mad at me. I fucked up. And I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to take responsibility for that. But I'm also willing to go out now and try to work my ass off to ensure that it doesn't fucking happen again. Because you're right. This isn't normal. This isn't a normal guy. This isn't a normal presidency. And we shouldn't treat it like it is. There are times when I feel like, no, we shouldn't reconcile. My whole plan is this. And this is where it gets a little deep. My whole plan is this. They spent the last fucking 4 years or more, filibustering Obama and putting legislative holds on his legislation. That's what the fuck we're going to do to them. Okay. Ain't nothing getting passed. As far as I'm concerned, I'm calling my senator because we just elected her. I'm letting her know I don't want anything passed. Okay. I think, well, and to tamper that back, because y'all know I'm trying to be a reasonable Negro here. To be a reasonable Negro, I feel like, and that's somebody else's catchphrase too, but I can't remember who. I think it's Elon James in them. But I'll be a reasonable Negro, and I will say that I will still pay America's bills. I am not the Republican Party. I don't believe in letting the United States default behind some bullshit. That is not how I play things. I am the personification of the United States, and I don't appreciate you niggas fucking with my shmoney. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they need to give us Merrick Garland on the Supreme Court. And if they don't, anybody that they put up, filibuster. We ain't meeting with them. We don't want to know the nigga. You better find them 60 votes somewhere because the Democrats ain't giving them shit. That's how I feel. There are similar legislative holds in the House. And I feel like, yeah, that too. That fucking too. Okay. We shouldn't give them a goddamn thing. We pay America's bills. That's it. If they try to pass a budget, filibuster that shit. Try for budget reconciliation? No, fuck that. Filibuster that shit. Fuck budget reconciliation. Fuck reconciliation. You want motherfuckers wanted to act all crazy and brand new when Obama became president. Okay, now we're going to act all crazy and brand new on you. Now, I did still feel like, and I feel like, okay, the Democrats They should try this time. They should go with this election cycle. They should try to pass things that are reasonable. Right? But part of me feels like try to pass things that are reasonable. The other part of me feels like fuck them. Don't let them pass shit. Don't let America do shit for the next 4 years and we might be all right. But when it comes to the Supreme Court, nah. Ain't nobody getting on the Supreme Court. I don't give a fuck if Chief Justice Roberts is the only nigga on the court and he's the only nigga doing shit. I don't care if it becomes a tyranny of 2 people. Okay? I don't give a flying fuck anymore. That's the angry black girl in me is really coming out. I don't give a flying fuck anymore. Let these motherfuckers try to pass any legislation and see what the fuck happens to them. Okay? Because I don't give a fuck. And I want Matt and everybody else to hear, we need, when it come down to it, when we're sitting here with a piece of legislation that got some good and some bad, remember that fire we felt. Remember how we felt that night when when we looked up and Michigan and Wisconsin and them was like, nah, they gotta do what I want. As far as I'm concerned, the next time Florida wants some fucking aid behind some bullshit, fuck them. Give a fuck. FEMA ain't coming to you for 10 days, nigga. Too bad. Should have thought about that shit. Yeah, I'm for at this point, yeah. If Trump attempts to punish his political rivals, we should be punishing ours. That's all I'm saying. I know how the left and the Democrats tend to work. Mind you, we should not do the thing that the Republicans do. The Republicans are synonymous with the right because they have allowed their party to be eaten by conservatism. And so their party is the conservative party, but the Democrats are not that way. The Democrats are divided into 3 spheres. The conservative Democrats or blue dog Democrats, the moderate Democrats, and the liberal Democrats. Right? And I don't want us to become the Republicans where we're just the liberal party, because the moment that the Democrats decide that they're going to marginalize themselves and become the liberal party is the moment that both parties are going to collapse, because the Republican Party will represent the fringe right wing, the Democratic Party will represent the fringe left wing, and the middle will just go find some other party to join. And they'll both become ineffective. Have the Democrats lost a lot? You goddamn right they have. They started losing the state houses in 2010. Let's not even get it twisted. The Democrats have done a poor job of providing a stark contrast between themselves and the Republicans. I admit to that. I completely admit to that. But I still don't think that means that Bernie Sanders would have won the election. Am I angry? You fucking right, I'm angry. I've been angry since the night it happened. I've been freaked out since the night it happened. I'm living in liberal areas in the country. Okay, our liberalness outstrips New York or damn near anywhere else in the fucking country. And people are still writing racist graffiti. Motherfuckers are still getting beat up at school. It's bad. All right, it's bad. And ain't nothing even happened yet. Nigga ain't even president yet. Okay? So I understand that this is going to be a hard ass 4 years. Everybody's going to suffer. I wrote on Facebook today, I was like, you know what? America, get prepared, because everywhere is about to be Flint, Michigan. Okay? If this motherfucker gets his EPA picked through, everywhere is about to be Flint, Michigan. We all about to have poison water. This nigga ain't going to give a fuck. Okay? Are we going to remain a climate leader? We don't even know. We don't even know. Okay? You think the rest of the world is eager to meet with this nigga? Hell nah. You got the fucking president of China calling us, talking about, does this nigga even know what he's supposed to be fucking doing? He has to remind the president, the soon-to-be president, that the relationship between China and the United States is important. Okay? That is how much of a fuck-up Donald Trump is. Okay? Donald Trump is effectively trying to fucking listen, this nigga came out yesterday and said, do my kids have security clearance so I can tell them shit? No, nigga, that's not how it works. The fuck is wrong with you? Listen, is he a shitty choice? Yes. Was Hillary Clinton the best choice? Probably not. There were more liberal Democrats than her. Okay. But that's not what I wanted. I didn't want a fucking liberal Democrat. I wanted a fucking Wall Street Democrat who was going to be able to ram our shit through and have some fucking reconciliation with these goddamn businesses who seem to think that economics supersedes politics. I just wanted that. And I felt like Hillary Clinton was malleable enough that we could leverage our support for her into getting some liberal shit passed. Okay. And while simultaneously maintaining a relationship with Wall Street. Yeah, guess what, guys? Guess what? We all have interests, okay? The bankers have interests, the CEOs have interests, you got interests, I got interests. Sometimes those interests align and sometimes they're antithetical. And we need them when our interests align. Okay. When it comes down to climate change, we're going to need Goldman Sachs to divest. We're going to need JP Morgan to divest. We're going to need these people to help get our agenda through, point blank. So let's stop pretending like, well, these evil corporations, yeah, they're evil and they're terrible, okay? But they are still people, and they still represent a viewpoint, one that we have to still consider, whether we fucking like it or not. That's the way the Game of Thrones is played. Okay, nobody's a fucking Quizarts Hatterack here. None of us have the power to singularly change the United States in such a fundamental way. Bernie Sanders was not going to be able to eliminate banks. He wasn't going to be able to pass Glass-Steagall. He wasn't going to be able to do any of that shit, right? What he probably could have done was help to strengthen the Consumer Financial Protection Agency, strengthen the Department of Education, hope to get more appropriations passed for Pell Grants and things like that. Hoping to get a public option passed, trying to get a public option passed at the very least, which is something that has been recommended to us by the don't forget it now, the Congressional Budget Office. Raising taxes on the fucking wealthiest people. Of course we want that. Of course I want that. Do you fucking think I want to sit here and let Jamie Dimon pay less taxes than I fucking do? Hell no. Anybody in the world fucking wanted that shit. But I understand that that Dimon represents corporate interests, and I want them. Oh, they help make this problem with climate. They help make all these fucking problems with us. They're gonna help us fucking fix them, by God. Just turned into Jim Ross there a little bit. That's how I feel about it. They're going to help us fucking fix them. Google and Apple and everybody else skeet skirting and not paying taxes, doing whatever fuck they want to do. Cool. You want to do that shit? Cool. Nigga, you going to pay for that. So, we know that President Trump is going to be hostile to Silicon Valley. Good. Good. Now these niggas gonna be in a corner. Good. Now we can use that against them. Okay, Google, you want to sit here and pretend like you're such a wonderful fucking company and you do so much good for the planet? Here's your fucking chance, bitch. Because now we got Donald fucking Trump and he ain't doing a goddamn thing. Okay. The fear is not Trump being president, as most of us know. The fear is the validation for all of these pricks who think that only white people should be involved in the fucking makings of the United States, and that only men have the right to talk, and that only cisgendered white people can do anything. You know what I'm saying? The fear is not the fear for me is not the fucking is not even really Donald Trump, because there's supposed to be constraints inside of the office to ensure that this motherfucker doesn't just break the law the time. Okay, now that's about to be tested. But I don't think for a second that this is going to be a good 4 years. This is going to be a shitty 4 years, and it's my fault. It's my fucking fault. So don't go bother other fucking Hillary supporters. Don't go bother people who are clearly more sane than I am. Don't go bother them. You got a problem with the fact that I supported Hillary? Come bother me. Come tweet me at Miss Megalodon, Lady Columbia on Facebook, Lummy Americas, if you're nasty. Come bother me. Tell me how mad you are with me. Tell me how upset you are with me. Tell me why I fucked up. But don't go bother other fucking people about it. And I'm not saying that you are Edible Napalm. I'm just saying to anyone who might be listening. Whatever the case, sorry if I don't have the chat on, guys. I really this is so impromptu. I'm not even looking at the chat. Whatever goes on, right? I take responsibility for it because I voted for a candidate who probably was not the best candidate, but she was the candidate I liked the most. I didn't love her personally, but I appreciate how ambitious she was. I appreciated that she was a fucking politician's politician. That she was a panderer, that she was as disingenuous as a politician should be, because you don't want because I don't want my politicians to be too fucking, sincere. I want them to be able to pivot on a dime. If they see that there's something out, if they see a policy that's better than the one that more agrees with their ideology, I want them to be able to get that policy as opposed to whatever more agrees with their ideology. That's how the fuck I feel about it. I'm not super ideological. That's never been who I am. I'm about getting the policies that are going to help the maximum amount of people, provide the maximum benefit for the best cost. That's what it is. That's always been what it was to me. Okay. And that's always going to be what it is to me. And am I going to fight against the Republicans? You goddamn right. My thing is telling my Congress, EdibleNapalm, if you do hear this, I want you to do one thing for me. I don't care if you tweet it. I don't care if you fucking send it on Facebook. Tell your national politicians, your senator, your congressperson, you tell them, listen, nigga, if Trump fuck up too hard, I'm going back to drinking. Okay? Just let them know it. Fuck the dumb shit. Let them know that if Trump fuck up too, listen, I'm about to let Kamala Harris know right now. I'm about to let Kamala Harris know right now. Nigga, if Trump fuck up too hard, I'm going back to taking pills. Point blank. That's what it is. Okay? That's how the fuck I feel about it. Because you know how I feel right now? I feel like when I go down the street to buy a pack of cigarettes or whatever, I feel when I go to the fucking bus stop to go to school, I feel like, you know what? I'm going to be fucking attacked. I've been eyeing white people the whole time. Like, you better not even think about touching me, bruh. My whole thing has been, I'm about to print up hella t-shirts. It's about to be super bad because anybody try to put their hands on me like it's 1890 and I'm going to chop their fingers off. Speaking of which, oh shit, when's the flea market? I got to go to the flea market and get my knife. They got a boss ass knife at the flea market, y'all. I'm about to buy that shit. I'm about to cut some fucking fingers off though. I'm gonna let motherfuckers know really quick. I don't play that shit. And none of us should play that shit. This is not 1890. Don't put your fucking hands on people. Don't fucking touch me. Don't act like this is Nazi fucking Germany and you about to play Crystal Knock, because that's not how this fucking Game of Thrones works. All right? I'm done. Like, I'm done. Right? I'm pissed too. Of course I'm pissed. I wanted to win. I chose the candidate I thought would win, and she couldn't fucking do it. She couldn't close the damn job. And then I come to find out that the woman didn't even go to Wisconsin. I was like, bitch, what? You didn't even go to fucking Wisconsin? That's it. EdibleNapalm, if I got more shit to say to you, there'll be another video, boo. That's just how I feel. Like I said, no bullshit. I fuck with you. Don't even think that just because I'm passionate in this video that I'm mad at you or that I'm trying to start some shit with you. It's not even like that. It's just a response. I'm just impassioned right now. But I fuck with you. You already knowing. Hit me up. You know how to hit me up. If you don't, at Miss Megalodon on Twitter, at Lady Columbia on Facebook. Let me Americas. You already know what it is. Oh, and you can, of course, feel free to make a video response or whatever. So, that's just what it is. I will talk to you guys later. Good afternoon, good morning, and good night. Holy shit, I actually remember my own catchphrase for once. You see how good I'm doing, y'all.